Okay, this is fantastic. I think we've got everything working. So, welcome. I am really excited to talk to you today about hands-on and hands-free, how to create a doula business that supports your life and your calling. This is all about how you can still keep hands-on doing the doula work you love, but also step back, hands-free, earn some passive income so that this whole doula thing is much more sustainable. Today is a big day, as not only is it my birthday, which some of you so sweetly remembered, not only did our English teacher and our gym teacher get engaged, but we are also here to do Victoria, I made this for you. You know I did. We are here today to do my favorite thing, which is teach doulas how to create passive income so they can grow their businesses in ways that light them up and not burn them out. So let's just dive right in. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop trading hours for dollars so that you can protect your passion, protect your doula work. By the end of our time together today, I'm going to show you how to design what I am calling a hybrid doula business model to give you more freedom and more income without leaving the doula world. And I just finished up making something special with you. So if you stay till the end, I'll tell you more about it, but you will have a chance to get access to my brand new passive income kickstart bundle for doulas. I know that you probably put a 1 in the chat if you need to create passive income, but you don't know what or how to start. This bundle is the perfect thing to take the overwhelm out of it. Awesome. I'm seeing some 1s. Great. So stay tuned. I'll share more about that at the end. I want you guys to turn off all the distractions, turn off your phone, close the door, resist the urge to multitask so that you just get the most out of this. Yes, I'm going to teach you a lot of great stuff, but also just the mojo, the energy of being together, even though it's just a webinar chat. I love these webinars because of just being together with all you doulas. Okay, so this is me back in 2010, the year I launched my postpartum doula business. This is my neighbor's little baby who I begged. We were hanging out outside. I went to visit her after she had him, and then I was like, wait, can I go home and get my work polo shirt and take some pictures? I have no pictures of me professional pictures of me holding my baby. And she was sweet enough to say, yes, this little guy is just started his sophomore year of high school. I can't even believe it. Actually, maybe he's a junior. Gosh. Anyway, this was me. I was exhausted. I had just had 3 babies in 4 years. I had postpartum anxiety. I had postpartum depression. I had 3 C-sections in 4 years. And I had quit my marketing job that I had worked at. I worked at various marketing and advertising jobs for 10 years. I quit in an absolute panic at the end of my maternity leave because of my postpartum anxiety, I know now. And when this picture was taken, and still, I had a burning passion to just make the postpartum time period better for other new moms. Hence why I was love bombing my neighbor. So because of that marketing background, I was able to become booked up quickly using my marketing know-how. But then I very soon after that realized that there was an income ceiling, that I couldn't earn more. There was only a certain number of hours in the week. I wanted to be home by 3:30 when my kids were home from school, and there was 5 work days in the week. Like, I could only earn a certain amount. And then it was tricky to get a shift every single day. So I was starting to get a little frustrated by that. But I loved everything else about being a postpartum doula. It's the best job in the world. And then in January of 2016, one of my doula friends actually told me about Kate Northrup because she was doing a 21-day money love challenge. And it was free. And I was super intrigued. This woman, Kate Northrup, was saying, make a life, not a living. And I was like, what the heck? It was 2016. I had never heard anybody talking about money in this way or abundance or designing a life So I did this 21-day challenge. I loved it. I got Kate's emails. I started obsessively following her on social media, and I quickly became obsessed with the way she lived. Like what she was completely running a business online, home all the time. Her husband was her partner in business too. They were just home all the time. And I was like, what? How do you do this? So my passion for doula work quickly merged with this new dream and new obsession of somehow having a business that gave me financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. But I was like, how the heck? At first, I was like, it's impossible. I'm a doula. There's no way. But I couldn't let go of this dream. So I joined in 2017. The year after that, I joined B School with Marie Forleo. In 2018, I joined it doesn't exist anymore. It's called the Brand and Biz Academy with my current coach, Amber Lillistrom. And I was I was going along. I was starting to make some digital downloads and courses for moms. And in 2019, I was like, feeling a little stuck. And I put $11,000 on my credit card and joined a mastermind with Kate Northrup and got to meet her, which was such a huge highlight. She's amazing. And then I went on to join Digital Course Academy with Amy Porterfield, signed up for one-on-one coaching and still am working with Amber Lillistrom. So I knew I had to learn from all the online business experts. I joined all the groups. I joined the masterminds where there were other people building online businesses because I just knew if they could do it, and if I kept myself surrounded with other people who were doing it, I could do it too. And so hiring coaches, joining the groups, that is what moved the needle for me and creating an online business. Fast forward to today, I do have location freedom. I can work from anywhere. I do have financial freedom. I tripled my salary from back in my corporate days, never mind my doula work. When I was hitting that income ceiling, I work less hours, so I have more free time to do what I want. I can exercise. I spend more time with my kids, traveling. And the craziest part is I am helping way more people than I ever did as a postpartum doula when I was just one-on-one in a mom's home. So it seems too good to be true. But my entire business and really my entire life changed in that moment that I chose to follow Kate Northrup and add passive income streams into my business and create a hybrid doula business model. I really had to shift my mindset around allowing this to be possible for me. And now this is my new obsession, is helping you guys, helping other doulas do the same. This is Kristen thanking me for her. She feels so proud that she's financially independent. She loves her husband, but now she doesn't have to rely on him. My initial goal was to build an online business for myself to help more moms. Now I love helping you doulas because if I'm helping you doulas, I'm helping even more moms. And I love it. So enough about me. Let's talk about you. You are in the right place. You are in the right masterclass if you love being a doula, but you feel exhausted. You're in the right place if you feel passionate about your doula work, but it's starting to burn you out a little bit. Like you love it, but maybe a few more weekends at home. Maybe a little less time on call. Maybe a few less overnights. This class is not for you if you are happy to continue to just work for a doula agency forever. This class isn't really for you. If you're happy with the amount of doula work that you have, you're happy with the amount of money that you have in your bank, you just want to coast along at the status quo. And let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what this class is about. Look at another, you can't really see it, but this is my other little logoed polo shirt I had for my doula business. I was going back finding the dates of when I joined all those programs, and I found this Facebook post I wrote in May of 2018. And it's long, but I am saying, talk to me about switching career paths. At this point, I had an online business where I was creating digital products for moms, and I was loving it. But in the past week or so, I've had the calling to dream bigger and serve in an even larger way. I want to help the doulas who help the moms. Here's what I want you to see. I feel crazy for starting over and needing to build a new list from scratch. Over the past 8 years, I have built a following of thousands of moms. And in my head, I was like, Darcy, this is dumb. Don't work. There's only a few hundred doulas. There's thousands of moms on the planet. So I said, with this new avenue, I'd be starting out with my list of just 5 doula friends. Wink, tongue sticking out emoji. I'll be fine, right? Spoiler alert, I'm fine. My email list that started out with like my 5 doula besties, I now have thousands of doulas on my email list. All of you guys, thousands of you that I connect with on Instagram and Facebook. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because you're probably thinking, who am I to start creating passive income? I don't have an email list. I don't have a huge following. So back in May of 2018, I had a following of 5. That probably wasn't even 5 doulas. It was probably like my mom, my sister-in-law, and 3 doulas. Tell me, how would it feel to work less hours, make more money, and help more people than you are doing right now? It sounds too good to be true, but it is absolutely 100% possible. I am doing it. So let's get going. I just want to do a quick overview. I want to just talk about first freedom, Rachel. Yes. I say all the time, like when I talk about money, what I'm really talking about is freedom. So I'm going to talk about how we need you doulas to keep working. We can't have you burning out. I'm going to touch on how the growth for on-demand online learning is actually a really good thing. And then we're going to get right into it. Where are you leaving money on the table? The fastest way to earn more income is to figure out where you're doing this in your business, in your current business model, and start there. And then I'm going to show you the possibilities. There are limitless number of revenue streams that you can be adding. And then we're going to just riff. This is my superpower. I joke, like my superpower is building you $1 million business plan. But because that's seriously what I do. My girlfriends here in my town are getting sick of it. We go out for drinks and I don't want to chat about town gossip. I want to tell them, I'm like, you should be running a business. You should have, my friend Betsy, I'm like, you need a bachelorette party planning business. And I then tell her what the marketing plan would be. Okay, and then we'll do Q&A. I'm here I'll talk about how to work with me, and then I'm here to answer all your questions and share about that passive income cheat sheet packet that I made. So there's so much talk about like AI and technology, but we can ignore that. The need for doulas is not going away. And yes, maybe you can see that the birth rate is declining. It's still astronomical. So we can't cut back. We can't burn out as doulas, is what I mean to say. But we can cut back on the amount of in-person doula work that we're doing as we get older, because we have to. But I talk to so many doulas that are like, I'd love to still go to 1 birth a month or have 1 postpartum client a month, just not 8, just not 5 overnights a week, just not on call 6 months of the year. I also don't want you to burn out, because when you burn out, you're leaving the scene. You're taking all your doula knowledge with you, and the world needs that. So here are the numbers I'm talking about. In 2024, 3.6 million babies were born in the U.S. That was an increase over 2023. Globally, 140 million babies are born per year. And it's projected to go up to another million. So plenty of babies out there for you all. The other thing is, it's estimated that doula work and birth coaching services will be a $40 billion industry by 2032. 2032 sounds 100 years away. It's not. It's 7 years away. $40 billion. LaShonda, I will copy that question and I'll answer it at the end. Okay. So the first step is to take your business seriously as a business. Yes, we all want to help people. Yes, our doula craft is as old as time, but it's 2025, babe. We're business owners. We're entrepreneurs. The sooner you start looking at yourself this way, the sooner you start looking at your doula business as a business, the faster you will grow. Yes, Victoria, I'm so glad that those stats, that it's evidence, right? It's evidence that I'm just showing you. But that's why I showed you. I want to break through that mental block of, oh, there's not enough work, or, oh, there's 30 of us on this call. If we all start creating classes, no, there's plenty. Okay, so you want to take your business seriously. I want to tell you about Christine. She lives in Alaska. She's in my doula village. And when she first trained as a doula, she was charging like $500 a birth. She worked at a bakery. And so being a doula was like her little hobby. And then she stumbled along my doula village and joined. And in being with other doulas was like, wait a minute. Oh, this could be my job. So she went from earning like $1,500 in a year to $33,000 the year she joined my doula village. This year, 2025, she's on track to hit 6 figures. And she hasn't even launched her digital course yet. You can hear, I had her on my podcast, episode 22 of the Doula Darcy podcast, if you want to hear the whole story. But she says being surrounded in my doula village by other doula business owners really helped her embody this for herself. She also jokes, I just did everything you told me to do, Darcy. I didn't think it would work as I was doing it. She said, but it did. Okay, so number 2 thing that you need to know, again, helping you break through some mental blocks. Gen Z, the next generation of parents is different. They want to learn online, which is great news for those of you doulas who want to create passive income. Charles Schwab recently said in a Wired case study, he said that he really believes the winning combination in business is the seamless blending of the physical and digital world. He refers to this as clicks and mortar strategy. It's a powerful way to bridge in-person work and online services. So playing off of bricks and mortar, now we're talking clicks and mortar. And like I said before, AI is never going to replace doulas. We can't take the human personal touch out of birth and postpartum. But we can build you a doula business where, like I said, you attend 1 birth a month and the rest is clicks. The rest is online. So that what I don't want you to do is have, oh, I'm getting tired, my body feels old, I have to just stop being a doula and go be an accountant. No, I want you to be able to still keep your feet in the birth world. Go to 1 birth a month, go to 3 births a year, whatever. Keep doing the part you love without having to do it at the level that hurts you. So you need to be earning your income in other ways. So what do you guys think about this 2023 study saying Gen Z, this current generation coming up, they're digital natives. They always, oh my God, I went to Chipotle last night with my son. First of all, it was me and about 40 17-year-old boys, every single one of them, just phone in their hand, not even looking at it, but looking at it, ordering, talking to each other. They never, I love this, they never are more than an arm's length away from a device. So they are gravitating towards online learning opportunities. So put a 2 in the chat if you're hearing, I hear this from my local doula friends who teach childbirth ed, that no one is signing up for the in-person hospital childbirth ed courses anymore. Like when I first started as a baby doula in 2010, the hospital, my local hospital had these 8-week childbirth ed twice a week, I think, on the evenings. And then over the years, there was like, all right, it'll be 3 Saturdays. And now it's come Thursday, 6 to 7, please just come. They're like begging people to come, just come for half an hour so we can tell you something. Gen Z, they want to learn online. They want to learn on their couch. So let's take advantage of that. And here is how you start. What are you talking about over and over again to your clients? What are the things, phrases, topics you talk about over and over? This is what made it really click for me. I was not with this little baby. I was at a client's house holding the baby, shushing the baby, and answering the mom's questions. And I just had this like wave wash over me of I knew we were talking about like the pressure of being a mom and the things don't have to be perfect and the baby just needs you and that my little spiel about that. And I thought I knew there were other women on this street that needed to hear this. And other women in the town and the state and the country. And I thought, I'm just here telling one of them. I had so much frustration all of a sudden that I was only helping one mom at a time saying this same thing. So remember that. Anant Agarwal says, e-learning isn't just a substitute for traditional education. It's a revolution in how knowledge is accessed and applied. Like things are changing. And yes, Crystalline saying as a school teacher, she knows the power of in-person learning. So it's a bummer. But like you say, it can't be denied. And maybe you can do a hybrid, do a little bit of both. So maybe you don't start adding passive income into your doula business with an online course that you sell to the masses. Maybe you start by using technology to save yourself time and add value to your clients. Record the childbirth ed portion of your prenatal appointments. Record the postpartum spiels you're saying over and over again to every client. Package those up into videos, PDFs, whatever, and they can add value to your current packages. They'll also reduce the amount of time you spend in person with your clients. If you can, the childbirth ed learning portion, if you're like, go watch this video and then I'll come and just do an hour in person, saves you that hour and a half of the childbirth ed, but they still get it. You also can add other things, other videos like that. Oh, get my VIP package and you get these 3 videos on these 3 topics for $200 extra. You just earned $200 extra for a video you created 6 months ago with clients that are already in your world, already coming to your website. Like you don't have to do any special additional social media marketing stuff. But if you want to, you can. Okay. I love that you guys, your wheels are spinning, thinking about things you can already do. The other thing I love to talk about in terms of bringing more income into your business is think about where are the leaks in your business? Where are you leaving money on the table? What are you giving away? Where can you add value? And what are the low-hanging fruit opportunities that you have? I cannot tell you on these strategy sessions I do for my Doula Village members, the people that are like, oh, yeah, I made this 40-page PDF for my clients on cascade of interventions and what questions they need to ask. And I'm like, dude, sell it. Yes, give it to your clients, but also have it as an option to sell. Boost the price of your birth doula package and say, yeah, it includes this 40-page guide, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot here that you can tap into. And this is one thing I love about our My Doula Village office hours in the Facebook group. Like doulas share, hey, I used to go do like a nursery prep session just for fun because I love doing it. Now I'm charging, like it's an add-on to the package. Like, boom. You're making more money, adding more value for something you were doing anyway. And I don't mean overcharge. You guys know what I mean. Okay, so I want to talk about the 80-20 rule, which is also called Pareto's principle. And that is that 80% of your income comes from 20% of your effort. So like I said, we're always doing this in my Doula Village and assessing your current business, assessing your current marketing efforts, what's working, what's not. What can you declutter from your business is one of my new favorite things to think about. And then what is working, what can you beef up? What can you add to make more like work smarter, not harder, earn more for working less. Pareto's principle. And I am a master at this. I love, love, love analyzing a doula's business and going through this. So I touched on this before, but thinking about what are you already teaching? This also doesn't mean you have to go out and take more trainings to add some knowledge. Every single one of you on this call has something to offer that you can bundle up as a PDF, ebook, or a written guide. Or maybe you've already made stuff. Go through what you already made. What are you already giving to clients? I used to, as I was going along as a postpartum doula, when I was like, all right, I just had 5 clients in a row ask for like early sleep cues. Let me just make a PDF. And back in that day, I would print it. I had them in my doula bag and I would hand them out. That's the kind of stuff I know you already have created things that you can really bump up, sell it to anybody, and really sell it as a part of your package. And if you are struggling to think of something, what questions are your current clients asking over and over again? If you're multitasking, come back, because this is it. This is the first key to unlocking easy passive income. Solve the problems that your clients are asking you about. So start to pay attention to what questions you're hearing from your clients over and over again. Yes, Vanessa says she used to teach newborn care classes. She has an entire workbook she made. She could sell that. How and where? I even have birth stuff of the similar. Yes, Vanessa, add it on to your birth doula clients, like upgrade to the VIP package and you get this newborn care workbook for an extra $40. Boom. Same with your postpartum. People book for postpartum, like add on the birth stuff. Sell it separately. And I'll get into more of that in a minute. So when you're an annual member of My Doula Village, you get to do a one-on-one strategy session with me. Just yesterday, we did Tammy's of the baby doulas. We did a deep dive on her current agency and her business structure. And we came up with several ways for her to weave extra income into what she's already doing, because she came to the call saying, I know I need to start adding passive income. I don't know how. And she said, I don't know if I can do like the marketing push that it would require to create something new. So we talked for a few minutes about her current business model. We came up with so many ways that where she was leaving money on the table, like guides and things, like all the stuff I just was talking about, that she could be adding to her packages, boosting everything. And she must have said 100 times on the call, oh my God, I never would have thought of that. Because we're so deeply buried in our own businesses, we can't even see these opportunities. So it's so important to get new eyes on your business. We can't see the opportunities right in front of our own faces for our own businesses. So say yes in the chat. Do you ever feel so busy working in your business that you don't ever have time to work on your business? Is this you? Yes, Stephanie. Amesy saying yes. All right. Kim, Ollie. All right. 100%, Samantha says. Okay, this is why I am such a huge fan of business retreats. You get away from your life, your kids, you get, which I always say, when you go on a retreat and don't have to meal plan and cook and buy food, like that gives you 6 extra hours a day. I have teenage boys. But you get a 30,000 foot view of your own business. You get other people interacting with you. You're talking about business. You can work and think on your business. Like this. Are you already having some aha moments like Vanessa did, like Victoria did? Just even this, coming to a webinar, this is working on your business, coming up with new ideas. And it is so powerful. And I think we don't put enough effort. emphasis on it is what I meant to say. Okay. The best news about all of this is that there are literally a bazillion ways, limitless additional revenue streams that you can add to your doula business. For as many of you that are here on this call, there's that many ways to do this. You just back to Kate Northrup and the abundance mindset. Come at this with an abundance mindset. There's 140 million babies born on the planet this year. Plenty of families that you could make a very similar childbirth ed guide to the doula next to you and both make lots of money selling it and help lots of people. Do you feel, okay, Diane, this is a great question. Do you feel if we make ebooks or PDFs that we can sell on our sites versus people just Googling the info? Absolutely, because that's why someone's going to pay. They're paying you, Diane, for your doula expertise, your doula lens on the information. I'm a new mom. I don't want to go, as a postpartum doula, I tell all my clients, like, do not Google anything because you'll end up in a rabbit hole where your baby's going to die. They're tired. They don't want to spend time researching things. They don't want to read the 5 books on the subject. They want to give you $27 for your 3-page PDF that's just going to tell them what to do. Yes, Sarah, exactly. Clients are afraid to Google because they get so much conflicting information. They just want someone, their trusted doula, to tell them what to do. Yes, so that what they're paying for is your expertise, but also the time that you are and stress that you are saving them from. So, digital courses are probably the most popular way. Sorry, I have a huge smudge on my glasses. Digital courses are the most popular way to add passive income to your doula business, and the topics are infinite. And then you record this class once and you sell it over and over again for years. And yes, Gabe, we will talk about how to sell them. Yeah. Oh my God, Kim found someone on Reddit asking for a bunch of handouts and she directed them to her website. Boom. Way to go. Okay. Digital courses are not your only option, though. You can make digital downloads, PDFs, ebooks. You can do virtual group sessions, coaching, mom groups. You could do a private podcast. Instead of a digital course, you could have an audio course. You could hire an independent contractor. You could hire another doula to work for you. Not everybody. I want to say I meet so many doulas who are so averse to starting an agency. So it's a joke now in my doula village. Like, how about if you just hired one independent contractor? Don't call yourself an agency, but hire one. If you're turning away clients, bring on another independent contractor and earn money, earn a fee for the referral, for the work you've done to establish a good name in your community. You can also, like, yes, I love the idea of passive income, but then there's also like the teaching one versus teaching one-on-one, teach to many. Have some in-person classes, run some groups, whether they're in person or online. There's literally limitless ways to do this. And when you're surrounded by other people who are doing this, it gets so much easier to dream into the possibilities. You could do audio affirmations. You could print birth affirmation decks or posters. Someone in my doula village recently made special Star Trek affirmation cards for one of her clients who was a Star Trek fan. And I was like, you to sell these. They're of the 140 million babies that are born this year, a good portion of them are Trekkies. Yes, Amelie, yes, you got to boost up those affirmation cards you have for sale. So this is Emily Wannenberg. I don't know if Emily's on the call. I love to mention Emily because she's massively increased her income without creating any passive income. And she's inspired so many of the doulas in my doula village to do the same. She folds in. Oh, there you are, Emily. She folds in her in-person classes. Emily's the founder of the 4th Trimester Fitness Method and Fit for Doula. Thank you for the muscles. Emily folds in all the prenatal and childbirth ed classes that she teaches into her birth doula packages and then also offers the classes to the public. So she can turn it's providing more value to her clients. It's like a centering model for her clients. And then the other people in the class are like, "What? You're a doula? I need to hire you." So she can turn a $750 class into a $9,000 day if she gets hired, if a couple of the other people hire her to be their doula. So this is what I mean when there are just so many ways. Yes, I harp on passive income, but there is so many ways that you can boost your income without boosting the number of hours that you work. So here's another thing I really want you to take away from this is to just start now. Pick the niche around pregnancy, birth, postpartum that you are the most passionate about and get something out there. Launch it ugly. I always say in my doula village and everywhere, launch it ugly. We get so hung up on it being perfect. Just put out some B+ work and help people. I wish, my only regret in all of this is that I didn't start sooner, that I didn't start working on passive income sooner when my kids were little and needed me in person more. Okay, so let's riff. Someone who asked about how we do this, how do we market this? Let's go. I want to just show you my superpower. So you want to imagine that you are bringing your dream client. Pick that niche that you are super passionate about. And again, when you're targeting the 140 million babies born on Earth, you can be a doula who only deals with VBACs. Alex, who was just on my podcast in my doula village, she's focusing on neurodivergent people who are giving birth and creating classes and checklists and products for that. You can get into one real small niche of pregnancy, birth, or postpartum when your market audience is the entire world. So, screenshot, this is the plan. I have been so immersed in the online world for way longer than most people. And then you couple that with my marketing brain that just runs after all my college career and my decade in the advertising world. I love to sit down and do this with doulas. So this is the path you want to build. It's like guiding your dream clients along a path of working with you. So in this example, like we're going down. So and these prices are not like what you have to do. I'm just giving you an example. So you start with a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something free that you offer on your website to get someone's email list, to get them on your email, to get someone's email address so they are on your list. And then a few emails later, you can sell them a $37 PDF. And then your digital course, and then a big offer. Or you could just have one thing. But this is like the ultimate that you would want to maybe work towards. So here is a idea for a birth doula. So you can think of it as a ladder. So in this one, we're going up. So your free guide would be what to pack in a hospital bag. How common is that question? Do you hear that? And before you freak out and think all 40 birth doulas on this call are going to do this idea, just stop. Okay, so if you're a birth doula, you could have a free doula's guide to what to pack in the hospital, like what your friends won't tell you. And then you can offer them like, oh, did you like that hospital bag packing checklist? Did you learn something new? Here, get my free checklist for writing your own birth plan. And then a few weeks later, buy this $97 2-hour class on all the questions you should be asking your provider, but no one tells you. And then if you wanted, you could roll that into an 8-hour online, full-fledged, digital, virtual childbirth ed course. What you really want to start paying attention to is the ladder. Think of the timeline a pregnant person is on. If you're a birth doula, you don't want your lead magnet, the way you start with someone, to be a doula's guide to baby-led weaning because their baby's already 10 months old or whatever. They're not going to hire you to be their birth doula. So you want your free thing to be something they need while they're still pregnant. So they still have time to get to know and trust you before they buy any of your offerings. Okay, so let's do the same thing for postpartum doulas. So postpartum doulas their free guide could be, I'm a postpartum doula. I've been in hundreds of homes of new families. Here are my 5 nursery must-haves that your friends won't tell you, or that Amazon doesn't want you to know about, or something. Like, put your little spin on it. And then you can sell a recipe bundle that rolls into a class on establishing good sleep habits, that rolls into a bigger class on the ultimate postpartum plan. There's so much you could do here. This is Kelly. Kelly was teaching a lot of one-on-one and like small group childbirth ed classes in her city of Columbus, Ohio. She was making a big impact in her local community, but she wanted a way to increase that in other areas. She knew in the South, oh, Kelly's here, yay! She knew in the South and in these rural, medical deserts, there was no childbirth ed. And then she also, a big driving force for her to make her Your Birth, Your Options awesome digital childbirth ed class was a way for people of color to get more access to childbirth ed. While she's at home with her kids in Ohio, this is the other great thing about a digital course is it's so easy to gift it pro bono if you're earning money from it, especially. But even if you're not, you can give someone easily pro bono access to your digital childbirth ed, and instead of you pro bono driving to their house and teaching it to them, it just makes it so much easier to do pro bono work when it is a digital course or digital offering. We all want to help the underserved communities out there, but let's be real, there's only so much in-person work we can do as doulas, and there's only so much pro bono work you can do. That's another thing that bothered me as a postpartum doula. I was like jigsawing my schedule to earn enough each week to pay the mortgage and half the food bill. And then I'd get a call like, oh, there's this mom with twins and no money. I couldn't help. But when you're earning more, you can give more. And when you have a digital course, it's so much easier to give away. It's also so much easier to give your time. If you're earning plenty of money from a digital course, yes, you can go to that birth pro bono. Yes, you can go help the mom who had twins and can't afford it. It gives you more freedom to be generous. Okay. I love a good Oprah quote. Oprah says, surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. And I promised I would riff with you. We'll do that after this because we're somehow already 12:48. So find your inner circle that are the key to success is an inner circle of close contacts, like Oprah says. This was in an Entrepreneur magazine in May of 2024. Women with a close-knit support group earn more, access better opportunities, and experience greater career satisfaction overall. There was also, this is the study I quote all the time, Kellogg's study. It was written up in Harvard Business Review in 2025. The study noted that 77% of the highest achieving women relied on an inner circle of peers for emotional support, shared ambition, and honest feedback to help them navigate the challenges of being a business owner and amplify their growth. So this study talked about, it was studying female entrepreneurs versus male entrepreneurs. And back to what I said at first, you all need to be thinking of yourselves as entrepreneurs. Whoops. So it's evidence-based. You need to surround yourself with an inner circle of other doula entrepreneurs who will cheer you on. Everything gets easier when you are in rooms with other people who are doing this thing. I can't tell you when I was joining masterminds and online courses and stuff and trying to build my business, and then I would go to like the PTA meetings and people would be like, what? Oh, what are you doing? Oh my God. Why are you dancing on Instagram? It helps. It's hard. Who put a 1 in the chat if, like, your friends and family, even just with being a doula, what do you like, what is that thing? How's your cute little doula business going? Just wait till you start saying, "Oh, I sell an online course." Like, you need other people around you that are doing the same thing. Okay, so I don't know why you showed up today. Maybe you're frustrated, you're spending too many hours away from your family, you're sick of the on-call life. Maybe you're physically depleted and tired of, like, just paying the bills every month. Or maybe you've heard all the buzz and excitement. You hear me talking about how doulas are having success with this hybrid business model of some passive income, some in-person work, and you just wanted to see the buzz, Stephanie says. Why'd I get lost? Oh, and maybe you're just bored and wanted to come hang out for my birthday. Okay, here's the other thing. I've focused a lot on the money and the freedom, but the thing is, it's not all about the money. Money's nice. Freedom's nice. This is about the people that you can help. This is about the impact that you can have. This is about this mom. She needs your course. She needed your course about how to not have a traumatic birth. She needs your course on how to boost your milk supply. She needs your help. And when we stay stuck, stay small, don't put something out in the world because we're afraid of what the moms at the PTA are going to say, you're holding it back from the people who need it. Think of that screenshot I shared of me in May of 2018 asking the people in my group, like, should I go for it? I only have 5 people on my email list. Should I switch and launch a business where I'm trying to coach and help doulas with their marketing? I don't know. Imagine if I hadn't. You guys we wouldn't be on this call right now. My Doula Village wouldn't exist. The Doula Marketing Group wouldn't exist. My podcast wouldn't exist. Like, and you've said it here in the chat today, I have helped you. So imagine if I didn't have the guts to go for it. So you have a choice right now. You can stay stuck. You can keep spinning your wheels, living on the edge of burnout, or you can make a change and commit to grow. You can commit to serving as a doula in ways that don't burn you out. So you're invited to join us in My Doula Village, where we're all doing that in our own way. In My Doula Village, you get that inner circle built in. You get to work with me, an experienced coach, an experienced mentor. You get the training and all the information that you need. These are the top 3 things that you need to create your own hybrid doula business, and they are all in My Doula Village. The value in My Doula Village is truly bonkers. You have direct access to me as your doula business strategist. I will do a website audit for you when you join with personalized tips to boost your SEO. You have this robust library of video trainings. They're also now all converted to audio, so if you'd rather just listen to them on a podcast, you can do that. We have office hours live twice a month on Zoom. And every month I send you a doula social media prompt calendar. We just added, because so many people are bringing on independent contractors, now we have a 3rd office hours every month just to talk about agency owner stuff, or I joke, like, agency adjacent stuff. But again, like, so many people are coming to these agency office hours. Oh, I can just hire my doula bestie as an independent contractor, and as Kara, who just did it, said, and make money while I sleep. Send her on the overnights. So the total monthly value of My Doula Village is over $2,800. But you can get an entire year for only $970. And then also when you join for $970, you get the whole year, you get 2 months free, and a one-on-one strategy session with me, which is amazing. It is the most affordable way to work with me. Here is what Leslie, who's in My Doula Village, says. I know this is long, but she I loved this because I think a lot of people can relate. When she joined My Doula Village, she thought that successfully launching courses and programs was something that happened to other people, not her. She couldn't think of doula work or digital stuff as more of a side hustle. She was growing her lactation practice as an IBCLC, but she was starting to get burned out, hitting that income wall because there was only so many hours in the day. Now, today, she's on track for that IBCLC practice to be the side hustle, and she's earning the majority of her income from her online business, which is amazing. She's actually helping. So where Limitless Opportunities, she helps other people on the track to be an IBCLC. She's able to do quite a bit of pro bono work. And she says she doesn't think it would have happened without observing and being surrounded by everyone inside My Doula Village and mentors like Doula Darcy and soaking it all up like a sponge. Okay, so when you join at the annual rate, you get that value, you get the 2 months free, a 45-minute call with me. So that's a total value of $3,800 when you join for the year. This is by far the most affordable way to work with me to get that one-on-one session. I also want to just say, people say to me all the time, but you're the Doula Darcy. You have 14,000 followers on Instagram. I'm not special. As you saw, in May of 2018, Doula Darcy didn't even exist as a business. I just have Kim. You get a one-on-one call if you pay annually. If you pay monthly, you don't. So you could upgrade to annual. Let me make a note. We'll figure it out. I'm not special. I wasn't gifted like 14,000 followers on Instagram. My parents didn't give me a big inheritance. No one handed me a busy doula practice or an online business. I just had that marketing background and I did the work, joining all those programs. I spent more than I just added it up, $27,000 over the years learning this. I've earned that back big time. And now I want to fast track that for you. I want to collapse time, help you get to this point even faster. So I would love to have you join My Doula Village. Join right now. Go to mydoulavillage.com. We have a private Facebook group. You'll get in right away. We can hang out this afternoon. We have monthly office hours 3 times a month. The video library, the audio library. You also get to come to the main retreat. I truly have just, with My Doula Village, created the thing that I wish I had as I started not only just my postpartum doula business, but then my passive income journey as a doula. Like I said, I learned from all those experts, but none of them had any grasp on the doula world and the way it's different than selling a digital course about baking or anything like that. Like, our audience is pregnant for a limited amount of time. So I wished that there was something like My Doula Village that existed. This is another Tammy that's in My Doula Village. She was a nurse, burning out, sick of working the long shifts, the long hours, but she still wanted to help moms, and she wanted to focus on the fun stuff of the postpartum doula stuff, not the charting that she was doing in the hospital. So she started her postpartum doula business. She joined My Doula Village. Exactly 1 year later, after starting her business, she pulled into the main retreat, hitting that income goal of replacing her nursing income, which is amazing in 1 year. So that's the other thing. The main retreat is just such a huge part of My Doula Village. I do it every October, every May. If you join now and want to come in October, I have 2 or 3 spots. The retreat happens twice a year. It's only open to My Doula Village members, and it's super special because we all know each other from office hours and the Facebook group. So we show up in Maine, and it's instant connection, and it's just so much fun. So the other bonus that you get when you join is that monthly calendar of social media prompts. The first day of every month, I send you 30 posts ideas. Actually, no, I give you the weekends off. So Monday through Friday, I give you the idea of what to post that day. That alone, Like, I had someone say to me the other day, like, that alone is worth joining my Doula Village. So you get that as a bonus. You get the everybody who joins, whether you join monthly or annually, I will audit your website. And it's a monthly membership. So when you join at the monthly rate, you can cancel anytime. There's no minimum commitment. Easy breezy. Monthly social media prompt calendar, the website audit. Everybody also gets the top-down Instagram tip sheet that walks you through your Instagram, how to set up your bio, your highlights, all the neighborhoods, areas of Instagram. Those bonuses, so even add up to $444, plus the value of what's in my Doula Village. So honestly, join for a month for $97 and you will get all this for $444. You get it for $97, $444 value. It's a deal. What it costs, all the words just flew out of my head. Sorry, I cut ahead. My phone someone's calling me. My dad. Okay, so this is what I mentioned. Here's the other bonus. If you join today on this call, you get that passive income jumpstart kit for doulas. I want to do a little something special for those of you who join tonight because I know I dumped a lot of information on you. This will give you an exclusive set of tools that I just created to help you take those first steps, ditch the overwhelm, and get working towards building those hands-free passive income streams. So you'll get 10 passive income ideas for doulas. It's a quick start guide with proven ideas you can launch, complete with suggested pricing. There's also a doula passive income brainstorm worksheet. It's this guided worksheet with prompts to help you uncover what you already know and what you already do in your doula work that could become your first hands-free offer. But by the end, you'll have 3 product ideas that you can choose from that are ready to go. It even has an idea prioritizing matrix. It's a very simple Venn diagram to help you choose the right idea to start with based on what excites you most and what's easiest to create. So no more overwhelm. The last part is my favorite, is your first $100 passive income plan. It's a step-by-step checklist for creating a simple 1 to 3 page PDF resource, then promoting it and selling it to your current client base, like I just did with Tammy that I was talking about. So you can hit your first $100 really quick, which is going to get you motivated to do more. But also, like I said, your current audience, past clients, current clients. This isn't like creating a new Instagram or website, or this is plugging the leaks in your current business. Oh yes, good question. If you're already in my Doula Village, I'm going to email this out to everyone who's inside already today. I literally just made it last night. Agrippina, you are already in my Doula Village, so you get this for free. And anyone who joins today will also get this as well. So it's only available if you join right now. Again, join for $97. Come in, check it out. Hang out in the Facebook group this afternoon. Yay, Samantha Kern says she can't wait to officially join My Doula Village. So join today, mydoulavillage.com. Just hit join, choose 97 or 970, whichever you want. Again, with that passive income kickstart toolkit and joining at the annual level and getting a one-on-one strategy session with me, you're golden. Like, $1 million business plan, let's go. So this is what it looks like when you go to join. Here, I'll put the link in the chat. You choose whether you want to join at the monthly rate or get 2 months free and the strategy session and join for the year. And then you instant access to the video library. And let me just tell you, there are some doula rock stars in there. Do you recognize these ladies? I have several interviews with Kylie of birthworker.com talking about how she created one course after her first passive income, digital course. She retired her husband Tranquility by He, Fierce Lizzie, all came into my doula village over the years and have shared so much great information. And then we have our Facebook group, which is awesome. I have my coffee every morning, hang out in the group, make sure I've answered all the questions because I go to bed early. And then I'm in there all in the afternoon too. You can connect with me in the Facebook group on the daily or not at all. There's no doula police. So you're here because you just want to help people, but you're sick of feeling fried. You're sick of missing out on time with your family. You're here because deep down in your soul, you were born to do this. If you have to give up doula work, it will suck. But you're tired and you're looking ahead like, how am I going to do this? And you are here because this is my thing. The world needs as many doulas out there as possible. We can't just let our experience and expertise leave the birth world because we're 45, 50 years old and don't want to stay up. I like going to bed at 8:30. I don't know how you guys do births and stuff. So if you want to keep doing this for as long as you possibly can, please join my doula village. This is what some people are saying. They're hitting their income goals. There's power in the group. So yeah, any questions? I am going to stop sharing and, oh, you know what? This is a Zoom webinar. So I can't bring you guys on screen, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about my doula village or about passive income. Let's go. Sorry, just checking my email here. I am so into holding classes, but what about the new doula board? Oh, who are trying to govern us. Won't that make it difficult? I don't know what the doula board is that you're talking about. Is it in your state? Right now, there's no, I always say there's no doula police. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, there's Medicaid reimbursement, and even carrot, things hoops you have to jump through, but you can teach whatever class you want. All right. LaShonda says it's supposed to be a national doula board. Julie says it's fake. I don't know. I do know. I remember seeing it a long time ago, like a year or two ago. And nothing has ever come of it. So I wouldn't worry about it, LaShonda, for now. And there's especially no governing on digital courses and stuff. Okay. How do you help people who have a hard time making content? I hate creating PDFs, ebooks. Okay, so maybe that's not for you, Stephanie, but do you like teaching? Would you like to run a group? Would you like to hold prenatal centering sessions? This is what I mean. You could do anything based on your passions, your strengths of your personality. So Amelie says, have you seen or done postpartum planning as passive income? Where do I start? Yes, postpartum planning. So this is another thing. You don't have to create a class. You don't have to create a PDF. You could just offer one-on-one Zoom postpartum planning sessions. Maybe someone is super nervous. They don't know how to set up the nursery. They don't know what they need. They don't know how to diaper a baby. But they don't really want to hire a doula. They don't have the money. They don't have thousands of dollars, but maybe they have $200 to book a postpartum planning session with you. So I think postpartum planning, birth planning. Oh my God, birth doulas should be doing birth planning sessions. Okay, AIMZ, do you think niching down for a digital product hurts our in-person business? VBAC niche, for example. Would local folks be deterred if they aren't VBAC? That's a great question. And I've seen people do it both ways, where they just promote everything on one website, one Instagram. I've seen other doulas and for instance, me, this is a little different, but even when I was doing stuff for moms, I had a website for my doula agency and a separate website for the digital products I was creating for moms. And I also, this is not a question that you have asked, but that people ask me all the time, like why I switched from digital courses for moms to doulas. And people say, oh, it's because doulas have more money or will spend. No, it was because, as you saw, I'm so glad I found that screenshot. My passion was for doulas. I really was starting to see that doulas didn't have the marketing background that I did, and I can help more moms get a doula, get doula care if I'm helping you guys with your marketing. So that's why I switched. I forget who asked that. Amesy, I think it's up to you. I think it's easier to have 2 Instagrams for 2 different audiences. Other people don't. But you could have one website with a page for the VBAC stuff that you're like the SEO for that is like national VBAC audience, and then your other page is for your local doula service. All right, what would you say to someone who's just starting to figure out starting a business or joining? Should I get more experience before diving deep? Or should I get ahead before burning out? Get more experience. Go all in. Working for someone else's business, working at an agency is such a great way to get started. Earn money as a doula, get doula experience, and while you're making your own website and starting your own business. All right. Gabe says she has PDFs and digital courses for sale on her site. They just aren't converting to sales, even though I'm getting visits. Any advice? You need probably more visits. Gabe, how many visits does your website page get? You need to get one sale, you need hundreds of people to see it. So it all comes down to marketing. You probably have all heard me say that it's not your lack of experience or your lack of training that is the reason you're not getting clients. It's your lack of marketing. Same for digital courses. You need to get more eyes on it. All right, Stephanie would like to transition to birth coaching, birth planning. What resources would be best to check out to meet this goal? So, do you mean birth coaching and birth planning different than what you would do as a birth doula? Oh, Agrippina, I will add the main retreat to your email that I will send to you. Stephanie says, what resource to do what? To be a birth coach, to train as a birth coach? I think you could, if you're a birth doula, you could offer birth planning sessions. Sit down with me. You don't have to pay me to come to your birth or be on call, but I'll sit and help you walk through what you need to do to write a birth plan. That would be amazing. All right. Thoughts or opinions on AI assistants? AI is cool. Stephanie, for me, where should I start? You should start in my doula village. Join my doula village and we will get you set up. Join for $970. We can do a one-on-one session and map the whole thing out. AI assistant. So AI is great for whoever was saying they can't struggle with making content, like AI is great for helping with that, helping to write social media captions, but it's like clogging up social media. I can spot an AI written post a mile away, and so it's a great tool to use if it's going to help you get more content out there. But at the end of the day, and maybe you've heard me say this, people are hiring you. They're thinking like, oh my God, she's going to be my doula. She's going to see me naked. Oh my God, she's going to be my postpartum doula. She's going to come into my house like 3 days after I have a baby. They need to know the real you. They don't want some flashy, perfect AI 7-paragraph social media post. They want to hear the real you. So you just being your authentic self, you showing up on social media or on a PDF the way you would show up in the labor and delivery room is going to be more effective and make you stand out against other doulas in your town and ultimately help you make a more human connections. Because even if you were selling online digital courses, you need to make a human connection with the people that are coming to buy with you. So that's my thing on AI. Oh, Kim, I love that. Let me be your chat GPT. Oh my God. People are turning to chat GPT to answer their new baby and sleep questions. That's just great because it's wrong half the time. Ah. There is, gosh, there's probably something you can create about let me be your chat GPT as a doula. Awesome. Okay, I think I answered everyone's question. Yes, Julie, you need some help with lead magnets for online childbirth. The one I did, like how to pack your hospital bag, like, yes, we'll work on this in my doula village, but yay. Okay. Thank you everyone for taking the time to join me today. This was awesome. I hope you will all join my doula village. I'm going to go check the Facebook right now. Come over, say hi, and I wish you all the best. I hope that you go follow me on Instagram, the Doula Darcy, listen to the Doula Darcy podcast, stay in this inner circle of doulas and stay in your doula work. So, thank you for spending my birthday with me. Have a great day.